Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of my F1 2019 career mode here today, and this is round 4 of the season for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku. If you guys missed round 3 for the Chinese Grand Prix, you can go watch the video by clicking the link in the top right hand corner of your screen, guys, to go watch the last episode before we jump into any major spoilers in this video. Now, as you can see on the screen at the moment, we have no rain expected this weekend, which is fantastic. Nice sunny conditions all weekend long pretty much, and we also have 767 points saved up in the R&D department. We've also unfortunately got our first upgrade on the car this weekend, but it has failed, which is quite annoying. So overall the car stays the same as it has been all season long, but we do have some big upgrades on the way for the next race in Spain. And in the meantime, Racing Point have taken a massive step forward, and they've jumped up to the third quickest team and pretty much a neck and neck with us now. And Racing Point tend to be very quick anyway around power circuits as it was, but now their car being even quicker, it could be quite a big challenge to stop them, especially around Baku. I think they're going to really be strong, and especially on that back straight, they're going to be an absolute force to be reckoned with. But guys, we jump into practice, and overall it was an okay session. This weekend I'm using 108% AI, and overall I'm using 108 and not 110 because it was genuinely pretty much impossible for me to do 110. I don't know why. I've done it in past seasons, but this year I tried 110 and I was 2 seconds off the pace, off my own teammate. It was so far off, and I'm already kind of on the limit around Baku, straight away from FP1, and also an interesting revelation as well, which might, change the things way go this weekend. You can see on the screen, after practice, Raikkonen and GASLY have 5-place grid penalties, quite surprisingly. So something happened between those two possibly, and they both got a penalty for it as we jump into qualifying here. So overall, a bit of a mixed weekend, but like I said before, I don't feel majorly confident. It's not our best track. I don't particularly enjoy it, and I don't really have phenomenal pace around here. And combine that with the AI being very quick around here, it's quite difficult, especially if for myself. I find myself being quickest through the final sector because our straight line speed is very good, and then we lose about a second in the first sector alone, which is quite painful, and it's ultimately that's what's ruining my lap time. And it's not like I'm slow because I'm always up on sector 1 when it comes to my R&D practice programs. I'm quicker than what the delta is, so it's not like I'm miles off the pace. It's just the fact that AI are very OP in the first sector, especially for those kind of tight, slow speed corners where the traction control and the traction zones are absolutely critical. So yeah, overall we're going to try and make it our best and see what we can do. But overall, I don't feel majorly confident with this session. I think we might struggle a little bit. So I think if we get to Q2, I'll be happy with that one. I don't think Q3 is possible today. I really don't. I'll be surprised if we do achieve that. So let's just get into it and let's see how we get on as we go on board for our first full lap here of the Baku City Circuit. And straight away towards turn 1, you want to brake as the curb appears on the right hand side, down to the third gear, pick up your inside curb and apex, and then let the car run wide all over the exit curb, and then quickly back on the brakes at the 50-meter board for turn 2. A little bit of sideways there, sliding into the corner, and just struggling to get the back end planted into the entry, but we managed to get away with it and get a relatively decent exit. As we now look for the 100-meter board as a reference into turn 3, down to third gear, pick up the apex again, and then quickly back on the power as we get on the exit down towards turn 4. At the 50-meter board, back on the brakes, use second gear to pick up some rotation, and then quickly back up to third for optimal traction as we come across this first sector split, and we are 9/10 down on Max Verstappen, nearly a full second down after one sector here. So again, no surprises. It's been the story of our weekend so far, losing so much time for the first sector as we go towards this right-hander here, and just about get it slowed down with a bit of a lock-up. Now up towards the castle section, throwing the car in here, really taking a lot of the curb on the inside and really taking a big risk as we go on the exit now, trying to use all the track on the right-hand side to really make it as easy as possible to get the traction down as we now go flat out through these kind of 2 left-handers, which is kind of a back straight, and now down the hill towards this heavy brake zone, taking a big chunk of the inside curb here. You want to really be aggressive and get over that inside curb, and then quickly back on the power as we now go down the hill towards the last brake zone on the circuit, 1.5 down on Verstappen, so another half a second loss there in sector 2 as we now go through the final sector, and it's all pretty much flat out on the line here, and it's all about engine power and car setup, and we're going to crank the engine up here to overtake as soon as we get DRS to really maximise the top end speed and the speed trap along the pit straight here as we end our first lap. And what is it going to be across the line for our first lap in Q1? And it's going to be P15 on the bubble. We actually go fastest in the final sector and find 0.3 of a second there, but ultimately still 1.3 down on Verstappen. And yeah, again, that first sector was kind of killing me, but then I went for another attempt. I went back out again because we was in danger of being eliminated, and it was a good lap. I was 2.5 tenths up, and then I threw it away starting as we got into the castle section. I just got it all wrong, and then I clipped the inside wall there and lost an end plate, and that was that for Q1. So we're relying on getting knocked out, but unfortunately others did improve, and we got pushed down to P17 there in the end. So overall, very disappointing, but like I said to you before, Sector 1 is, I just can't, there's no way I can stop losing a second. It's just, whatever I do, whatever lines I take, car setup, I lose a second every single time. And, if you take off a second off of my lap time, we'd be in the top 10. So I'm convinced there's something not quite right there. But either way, it is what it is. And even on 108, we struggled to get out of Q1 because we've actually been knocked out. So overall, not the best qualifying, but hopefully we can turn it around on Sunday in the race with our race pace and hopefully the tyre strategy. With that being said, let's jump to the race here for round 4 for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully away from the barriers. Baku City Circuit then, an unpredictable 3.7 mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Martinez. They're starting towards the back of the field today in a car that is fast, so they'll be disappointed, won't they?
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Magnussen, Perez, Pierre Gasly and Verstappen, Bottas, Ricciardo, Giovinazzi and George Russell, Sainz, Vettel, they've taken a grid penalty, Lando Norris and Kvyat, Albon, Martinez, Romain Grosjean and Nico Hülkenberg, Raikkonen and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Right, so here we are then on the grid for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and we start from 16th place due to penalties elsewhere. Still not great though, when we have a lot of work to do in terms of getting back through the field, and also my voice is going quite quickly, so I'm more struggling to make it through this video, so hopefully my voice holds up. But yeah, overall the strategy is going to be quite interesting this time because we are going to start the race on the mediums. The team says to go into the hards, but I think I'm going to try and stretch it to a soft tyre possibly, and that would give me a much better chance at the end of the race to make something happen. Fuel wise, we're running the lowest possible fuel, and even then that's still 1.8 laps over. A very heavy car this time, and yeah, we can just push flat out pretty much. In terms of rain, none of that is expected here today, so overall it's very straightforward. We just got to try and make sure we stay in the race and have decent pace on the medium, and then hopefully the race will go our way. But yeah, overall let's jump into it and let's see how we get on for round 4 for the Baku race here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Here we go then. Let's get ready for the 5 red lights as we build up the revs and try and get a good start. Lights out and away we go. It's a pretty average start. Cars around us getting good starts. We go down the inside of turn 1. That Renault's gone for it. We've had to back out there. We've lost the position to Hülkenberg. Absolutely huge dive bomb there from the German. Into turn 2 we go now. I'm just going to try and sit back for now. Hülkenberg getting a pretty poor exit. We might get right in his gearbox here. Getting the slipstream, turning the engine up down towards the next corner. We are going to switch to the left hand, or to the right hand side, sorry. We find some space and go around the outside of the Toro Rosso here as well. There we go, fantastic double overtake. Around the outside, getting past Danny Kvyat. Albon's a bit slow here, we might have a chance, although he does get good acceleration. The AI on the first lap always running hot lap mode in their engine, therefore they're always going to get that good acceleration. So far so good. After losing a place earlier, we managed to gain 2 of them back, so we've actually gained 1 place on this lap as we almost go into the back of Alex Albon there on the brakes. That could have been horrific. As we go through the castle for the first time, just keep our nose clean and out of trouble. And we've got a full battery to deploy now for the rest of the lap, and also lots of fuel to use. Let's just crank the engine up a little bit here, just to stay within range, and hopefully we'll make a few passes on the straight. It's important around here to not really get caught up into any battles and slipstream fights. We want to try and run in clean air. That's really important. So hopefully we can make that happen and try and avoid any issues as we go through the last, what I'd call the last corner on this track really, because it's the last place where you brake. And we're now going to go onto the pit straight here through the chicane. Nice and easy there, flat out. And we're tucked in the slipstream with Albon. We're going to turn the engine down to medium ERS because we don't need it. There's a massive slipstream effect here, and the Mercedes, I believe, is at the front of it. You can see the separation on the grid. There's a massive train here, and they're all squirming for position as we go towards turn 1. I'm going to try and go around the outside of Albon here, find a bit of space. Albon giving me little to no room. They're giving me a massive squeeze, and he holds on for now. As we go through turn 2, I struggle to get any traction down there, so that's going to hurt me in terms of getting a run on Albon in front of us. But we might have a chance to get into the brake zone, possibly around the outside. No, we don't. Looks like everyone's going to take the racing line, so we have to just slot in for now and go single file. Well, we are close to Albon here again, but he goes defensive and covers the inside. He's offline though. This time we are going to get the run. Can we go right the outside? This is going to be a tight one if we do pull it off. Down the inside of the right hand, we've got to leave him some room. But we do get it done this time, and there we go. Job done up to P14. That's a nice overtake there on Alex Albon. Let's get after Norris now.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
Yep, DRS enabled now. It's ticking off in front here as that Ferrari, I believe, a Charles Leclerc, trying to make progress here on a recovery as he's side by side with the McLaren. Luckily we've got DRS, which is good, and we're starting to pull away from Albon behind as well, which is also good. So far the car's working nicely, and we actually got some race pace here, which is also quite surprising considering how bad our weekend's been. Right at the back of Norris here. Will he go defensive? Yes, he will. Again, we're going to go for the same move. Switch back. We don't quite get the same traction though, and I think that's going to leave Norris in front. Unfortunately, we just didn't get the traction down nicely. So Norris stays in front for a little bit longer, but let's try and make a few more moves here. I can smell the points. I can see the top 10. Let's try and get there.
Some information on Kvyat. They seem to have an issue.
Okay, that's behind us. That's Kvyat, so that's fine. Would have preferred it to be a car in front, but still, let's see if we can make a move here on Albon. We are tucked into the slipstream. Is that Alpha going to pit already? I think it might do. We're going to get the tow though on Norris. He has got DRS, but we turn the engine up to overtake. Getting a massive slipstream here towards turn 1. Tried to go on the outside, doesn't quite work this time. Switch back, doesn't quite work either. So we'll have to sit behind Norris for now for a little bit longer. Can we get the run down towards turn 3 possibly? Not a bad exit, but Norris does get away quite well off the corner, so it looks like he's going to stay in front for now. Okay, let's try and get the move on Norris this time. I've turned the engine up early so we can get very close even before DRS. Here we go then, we've got the momentum. We're going to get past even before we even get DRS, and then we'll hopefully get the slipstream from the McLaren in front of Carlos Sainz to get a nice bit of straight line speed here. Can we challenge Sainz into the brake zone possibly? He does go defensive. I'm going to try and go around the outside. Sainz gives me no room at all there. Norris gets back past. Not ideal for us there. Norris gets back past, then we're going to have to try and re-overtake him. Can we get him before turn 3? Let's turn the engine up. We're gaining. We're going to use Sainz's slipstream to go for the move. Around the outside. Not much room, but we just about pull it off. Nice overtake there on Lando. Up to 13th. Carlos Sainz up next. Starting to make a little bit of progress now, finally. Let's keep it that way. Oh, yellow flag.
Green flag.
It's green now, but there was a yellow and it's up the road. A little bit further, it's a racing point.
Yellow flag.
One of the new and improved racing point cars is Perez. Probably the stronger driver as well. Out of the race, that's quite surprising. There he is to the right hand side. So we're now up to P12 in this race. He may have been the lead racing point actually, and I think about it. There was one leading, and it probably would have been here, I'm guessing, because he's a stronger driver. So that could have been the race leader out of the race. Already as we pick up a track extension there, running a bit wide. Okay, we're closer this time. Turning the engine up really early. We are going to get past Sainz, I think. Will we get the Alphas as well? Could it be a triple overtake? Let's see if we can time this correctly. Here we go, we're gaining on Sainz. We're going to pull to the left-hand side. We don't have the benefit of the slipstream on the cars in front. I'm going to switch to the outside line. Late on the brakes. The Alpha back down the inside, but we're going to hold on. There we go, up to the top 10, getting 2 overtakes done. Can we get the third one in Giovinazzi here, possibly? Not the best exit, but Gio doesn't have DRS, so we might have a chance. We turn the engine up all the way. Can we get him into turn 3? Gio does go defensive. I'm going to try my luck around the outside. Oh, no room there. That door was closing rapidly. We had to back out of that. So Giovinazzi stays in front for now. Let's just sit behind him. We'll try and pass him on the pit straight next lap round. So far, though, it's a good race. Tyres are working quite well. And I seem to have decent race pace as well, which helps. Here we go then. Let's get past Gio. Not the best exit, but that will do. We're at the perfect range to get a nice slipstream all the way down the straight. Most likely he's turned his engine up as well, so we are going to struggle to catch him as easily as I normally would. Here we go. DRS now. We're going to turn that Aringer up to the maximum. We are struggling to catch the Alpha. It's got good straight line speed, but we do get alongside. On the outside, let's not get run out of road this time. There we go. We've got the control. We've got the racing line, so we can dictate where we're going to put our car. And we get in front of Giovinazzi now. Can we stay in front on this second straight? Let's try and keep ahead in this DRS zone. Looks like we've had a good exit, and Gio hasn't matched me. So up to 8th place. Very good stuff there. Bottas up next. Also on medium tyres in the Mercedes. I'm trying to run away here and pull away. I've turned the engine up and really pushed this lap to see if I can clear the 1 second gap to Giovinazzi. And I think we've done it. We're not going to fall into a slipstream battle. There we go, job done, we're definitely clear. Fantastic timing on that one, so we're now going to be by ourselves as the race leader Kevin Magnussen pits onto the hard tyres.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards.
So Magnussen's actually pit and actually rejoined in front, so there you go, Magnussen was leading the race. So it wasn't Perez who was the racing point in first place, surprisingly it was Magnussen, and he's already done his stop and rejoined in first place, so he's looking nailed on to win this race. Going into the hard tyre, we're going to try and stretch this to a set of soft, like I said before, because I think that's the better strategy. Personal best 140.9. Running in clean air, making a big difference, and we set a much improved lap time finally. And we're pulling away from Sainz and Giovinazzi behind, who are battling away. We're also matching Magnussen's pace on the hard tyres, which is good to see as well. So overall, a much better Sunday so far, and I think it's not over just yet. We have got a little bit of work to do to try and get the cars in front, but it is possible. Okay, surprisingly, only 2 cars on the mediums pit in. Hamilton and also Sebastian Vettel, also Charles Leclerc. They're going to rejoin just behind me, but the cars in front stay out on the mediums, including Gasly. I'm going to pit around lap 16 for soft, so I'm staying out a little bit longer. We're slowly getting on the cars in front, not by much, but slowly, as Magnussen has now got past both of them. Okay, finally a lot of the others pit. And we're going to gain a few places as we set another personal best. As Verstappen leaving the pit exit now. It's going to be close between the pair of us, side by side, but we are going to maybe just get in front. No, Verstappen sent one down the inside. We have to just wait and back out there because that wasn't going to happen. Unfortunately, he got DRS as well, which is quite annoying. So P3 for us. Verstappen currently has the fast lap of the race, but I feel like I can nick that away from him on soft tyres.
Okay, we're definitely seeing some signs of abrasion on your tyres now. They should still be good to run on, but they won't be at their best.
They're not that bad. Overall, the rears are fine. I've had a lot worse than that. I can manage this. Just got to keep doing what we're doing and get to lap 16, 17. Okay, so the close pro are going to pass me here. We're not going to fight it because we're on a different strategy, different race. I'll let him go by and hopefully I'll pick up DRS on the next straight. So here comes Charles Leclerc. He's going to go to the left hand side. He's struggling to make the move stick. I'm going to turn my engine down to make it easier for him. There we go. Job done. And now we'll get DRS on the next straight as Leclerc locks up. We almost went to the back of him there, but luckily we'll just back off a little bit. Leclerc's not doing himself any favours here by defending so heavily, but there we go, job done. On for a good lap here using Leclerc as slipstream. Half a second up. If I can just stay within DRS here on this straight. Turning my engine up to stay within a second. I think we've done enough. Yes, we have. There we go. This is helping us out because we're running at leader's pace on warm rubber. We're going to go for one more lap. So we'll pit at the end of lap 17. As we set another personal best probably. There we go, 40.1. Right, then we're going to pit this lap. Let's have a strong in lap once again. Right then, here we go. Soft tyres selected. We've had a pretty decent lap. 3/10 off my previous lap, which is not bad at all considering we dropped out of DRS range. But we're going to pit here now. Get on the softs. Let's attack this pit entry as much as we can. Really pushing the limits there. Slow it all down. And there we go. That's not too bad. From P4, let's see where we rejoin then. There's Gasly hunting down Lewis, which is good to see. Sebastian Vettel a bit further back. Looks like we're going to rejoin. Hopefully still in the points, but behind Bottas probably. That's where I'm guessing we're going to be.
Complete, go now.
There we go, P9. So we are going to rejoin behind Bottas in front of Sainz.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. exit will receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
So how many places can we make up in the remaining laps of the race? One thing I do want to achieve is the fastest lap. I think that's possible. We can do that next lap. We've got a nice bit of clear track to pull it off, so we're definitely going to go for the purple lap next time round. Well, let's try and push now and score a couple more points here today. A top 6 finish would be nice, and beat a Red Bull, Ferrari and a Mercedes. Okay, Pierre Gasly's setting the pace, 38.9. Not bad, not bad. Good to see. Right then, let's go for our purple lap. Let's give it some. Let's see what we can do.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Strong lap so far, pushing hard to try and get within Bottas' DRS as a bonus. That would definitely wrap up the purple lap. Seems like Bottas has got his engine turned down. We might just nick DRS here, possibly. I think we have. Bottas is running a very low engine mode. We might actually challenge him into turn 1 here, I think. He has got DRS though, so we might just lose a little bit, but we are gaining on him. This is definitely going to be a purple lap without a doubt.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Right then, on the back of Bottas, putting him under pressure already here. Got the engine turned down, so we can't quite go for a move down the inside there, but we'll wait for this straight, and now we'll go for it. Picking up the power straight away. Bottas doesn't have DRS. He's defenseless. Let's make it an easy one. We're gaining. Pull to the right hand side. There we go, job done. Up to P8. Russell up next. Let's try and get him as well. Right, let's get past George Russell now. Here we go. He's a little bit ahead of us. He's pulled away a bit, but now we're going to start to bring him in on the straight here. He's running a high engine mode, I can tell straight away. But we're now starting to catch him. Here we go. We're gaining on the Red Bull, gaining, and slowly gaining. We're going to go to the inside this time for a bit of fun, try something different. Russell tries to go the long way round and almost makes it work. Fair play to him. He's not letting this one go. That's towards turn 2. We're on the inside line here. Got to leave Russell the room, but we are going to pick up the DRS. Russell's holding on though. Fair play on the hard tyres. He's getting that traction down. Let's go to the outside, my preferred option, and let's make it stick this time. Russell trying to hang on there, but around the outside we got the grip and we finally make the move. You can see the difference there when a car turns its engine up, even without DRS, it still hangs on. And we've got a nice little three-way scrap here between Vettel, Gasly and Hamilton up the road. We've still got enough time here to get involved if they keep battling. Hopefully Gasly comes out on top though. The funny thing is Gasly's actually got the pace, he's pulling away. He was last lap, he was in front of both of these guys before he got overtaken, but then with the DRS of course he gets re-overtaken, so it's quite annoying. So Hamilton's actually got a decent gap as well. Let's see if we can try and disrupt Vettel here and try and get in front of him. And then try and push Gasly towards Lewis. Here we go, let's turn the engine up. Let's get after Sebastian. I don't think he's got his engine turned up. Hence why he's struggling for straight line speed performance. Here we go, then we're gaining on him. We're going to pass him quite easily. I'm going to show him to the outside and try and just squeeze him a little bit. Put him up to the racing line. There we go. Down the inside we go. There we go, let's make that overtake stick. Job done. All we've got to do now is follow Gasly for a lap. Hopefully he'll pass Hamilton this lap. And then we'll do the same. And then we'll eventually pass Gasly once we've got the gap. Okay, change of tactic. Gasly's not quite catching Lewis here. He hasn't quite got DRS, so
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
I'm going to use Gasly as a slingshot so I can get onto the back of Hamilton's DRS. And hopefully Gasly can still stay within 1 second. So here we go. Let's try it out. Let's try and get past Pierre here. And hopefully use it as a slingshot to get after Hamilton. There we go, we're going to power past. Hopefully he'll follow my slipstream and we can get after Lewis together. I think it's done the trick. We should be within Hamilton's DRS here, I think. Yes, we are. Job done. And I guess he has DRS on me so he can follow me. That's what we wanted. 2 laps to go. Can we get Lewis here? Guys, he's actually coming back at me here. Will he be close enough? Hopefully not. There we go, job done. Right then, and we're closing up to Hamilton. Let's make this happen. Here we go, then we're tucked in behind Lewis. Guys, he's dropped back a little bit, unfortunately for us. But we are right on the back of Lewis. Hopefully we can feed him into Gasly by overtaking him. I think Gasly might just nick DRS from me if he's close enough. This is very tricky to kind of balance tactically. Gasly looks like he's going for it though. He's got his engine turned up. So I think we might be okay here. I'm going to get the one on Lewis without even turning the engine up. We're going to go to the inside. And hopefully I'll just back Lewis into Gasly here. Down towards turn 1. Nice and easy. Quickly on the power there, but don't put myself under pressure. Back Lewis in again. And that Gasly's around the back of him. Now we turn our engine up. Pull to one side. Hamilton's looking for the re-overtake. He's looking for this. Hamilton's really committing to this. Lewis around the outside. Side by side here. Last lap of the race. We're still side by side. We're going to go around the outside though here. Gasly's right there. Hamilton's still holding on. Side by side. It's so close. Hamilton's offline. Bit of struggle there for traction. It's a huge lock-up from me there. I've actually let Vettel pass Gasly. That's my bad. I've absolutely messed that up by locking up there so badly. But Gasly also tried to overtake me there, which was very weird.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Right, let's just focus on getting Hamilton here. Hopefully Gasly can make it happen by himself. Let's turn the engine up. Come on, boys. Oh, a bit of oversteer there. We're definitely close enough. We'll easily get Hamilton. It's just a question of if Gasly can get anything else out of this. Verstappen wins for Red Bull. Looks like Pierre's dropped off. He might have got wing damage possibly in the process. So let's just focus on getting Lewis up to the line. It's going to be a drag race, but we've got more than enough to get this one done. Here we go. In the slipstream, pull to the left-hand side, up to the line, and we are going to snatch P4 from Lewis at the end. And there we go. Overall, a decent race and a decent recovery.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Red Bull pulling out all the stops today. What a great win. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy? We all underestimated you, didn't we? You left some bodywork out there on the track. Were you struggling for grip? Great. Well, that's everything.
Right, so looking at the final race results, Verstappen wins here at Baku here today, ahead of Kevin Magnussen, second place for the Racing Point, and then we got Charles Leclerc P3 for the Ferrari team. So overall, a good race for those guys. We come home P4 though, and a good recovery drive from P16 on the grid, and also picking up the fastest lap of the race. So overall, no complaints on mine. I'm very, very happy with that one. In terms of results elsewhere, Hamilton P5, Sebastian Vettel P6, and also there Pierre Gasly P7 in the end. I think overall there wasn't much more he could have done, and overall I think he might have got damage possibly with that battle and also those last lap incidents. So yeah, overall it's still a double points finish for us, and overall I think we're quite happy with that one. So yeah, George Russell 8th, Bottas 9th, and Carlos Sainz rounding out the top 10 and scoring the points there with Giovinazzi, Ricciardo, Norris, Raikkonen, Hulkenberg, Albon, Stroll, Grosjean, Kvyat all missing out the points, and Perez the only retirement of the Grand Prix. And overall there you go. In terms of the standings, let's have a little look. And in terms of the Drivers' Championship, we still lead by 4 points over Verstappen. So damage limitation here today. And we finally now go into the races like Spain, Monaco, which are better races for me, as Sebastian Vettel drops to 3rd place. Meanwhile, Gasly up to P9 now, overtaking Carlos Sainz. And in terms of the Constructors, we dropped down to 3rd place as Ferrari, overtake us by 1 point, unfortunately for us. But we're still in the mix, and it's good to see that Gasly's now starting to score a few points. But overall, guys, that is going to be it for this episode of Career Mode here today. And if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like and also get subscribed if you are new for daily Formula 1 content, and also turn on notifications to not miss any videos from me. And also finally check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.